WAPL Mornings with Laura Lee and Cutter.
Josh Todd, of course, lead singer of the rock and roll band Buckcherry, the no apologies, no BS kind of rock and roll band that sometimes we just need in our lives. And it sounds just so perfect and it scratches an itch in your brain. It is Buckcherry. Josh, thank you so much for doing this. A lot's been happening and a lot as far as the music world goes for Buckcherry. There's a new album out, always on tour. You guys just did an amazing stint with the Scorpions. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, we did a residency in Las Vegas, Sin City, and it was a great pairing, they're still doing it and, still bringing it. So it was really inspiring for us, knowing the history of those guys and their songs. And so we were fired up, to say the least.
God, I bet. It was really funny though, because we announced this show that, of course, Buckcherry is headlining for our morning show station, WAPL, the Christmas Bash. We get a little Christmas rock and roll at Buckcherry. And somebody commented on Facebook. And sometimes I love these comments, right? And Laura, I know you know where I'm going with this because I brought it up on the air already once. But I saw Buckcherry open up for the Scorpions, and all it was F this and F that, and I didn't want them to be there. I'm like, what kind of rock and roll show are you going to, lady?
That was probably the first. That was probably the first night. We were a little on the more edgy side. We did "Somebody Fucked with Me," which is a song off the Fuck record. So it's a pretty intense song, and a lot of people can't handle it, But a lot of people love it, and so I kind of felt out the demographic, and we took that out of the set for the rest of the show. So that's probably what she's commenting on.
Probably.
Oh, but I haven't escaped a rock show without at least hearing one F word, one F bomb.
Yeah, I mean, we made these words up, so we're just using them. You know what I mean? It's like I don't understand like how people have such a hard time with profanity because everybody uses it every day, and it has a lot of different meanings. The word "fuck" has so many different meanings, so it's an interesting word.
It's the greatest word in the English language.
You're gonna have a lot of editing to do.
Yeah. Not
you brought it up. You brought it up.
No, I'm not worried about that. I hit the marker on the key as we're doing this, so
right.
It beeps out.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Thanks.
I mean, if you got to think about it, if a word has several different meanings, it's got to be a pretty powerful word, and you can write a lot around that. You know what I mean? And we had a lot of fun doing that.
Like the term "crazy bitch."
No, just the F word. We did a whole EP. It's called F. I don't know if you know about the EP that we did, but basically the whole concept was that every chorus had to have the word F in it. And so fuck, so it was actually challenging and fun to write from every different perspective of the meaning of that word as far as how people use it.
Okay. Well, so let's go from there, like rock stars and swears. So rock stars are often stereotyped with that. So what's one thing people always assume about you that they get totally wrong?
That's one of them, that Buckcherry is all about F this and F that, because we have we have over 100 songs out there, and it's just not that. And there's a lot of depth to Buckcherry, so that's probably one of them.
Okay.
That EP was where you guys covered the "Say F It," right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember was that a sing? Was that a
single?
Single?
That's a hit song by Pop. It's called "I Love It."
Yeah. I love it, and you guys did a "Say F It" because I remember when I was programming an active rock radio station at the time and getting songs from that, going, "Well, I'm not going to play. I can't play this."
Right.
Well, play it.
I mean, everybody said the same. It started from our first, our first single, which was "Lit Up," and it was about cocaine, and the first time I did cocaine, actually. And I remember our A&R guy really wanted that song, but they were like, "Can you say I love the Coltrane? I love the Coltrane?" And I'm like, "No, I mean that makes no sense." This was definitely put to me at that point, like, "Can you say I love the propane? I love the propane." This was said to me, and I said, "No, it just doesn't really make sense." I go, "Let's just keep writing. Let's just go with a different song, let's." And they didn't want to do that. So then he started doing research on how much Eric Clapton's song Cocaine was played on the radio, and it was played a lot. So after that, everybody was like all on board, and it was green lights. So this has happened a lot. As far as Crazy Bitch, never thought it would get played on the radio. Always thought it was going to be just a crowd song, a
Hmm.
core Buckcherry fan base song that we'd play live, and we'd have a lot of fun with it. And then, radio stations started editing it on their own. We were already ready to go with Next to You as the first single. And we had like over 1 million listens at that time on MySpace, and it was like, all right, this thing's going on its own. Let's jump on it. And so we shifted gears, and that's the way it's been happening our whole career. It's just what people gravitate towards in regards to this band, it seems like.
Crazy Bitch, it did blow up. So, what does success look like to you nowadays?
I've been very successful, I mean, nowadays it's 26 years and 11 records, and
Mhm.
I've achieved a lot of stuff, platinum, gold, Grammy nominations, played with all my heroes, uh, been in front of a lot of huge audiences, small audiences, you name it. So, I mean, I've been successful, so I'm very
Yeah.
proud of what
So do
I've
you feel like
accomplished.
there's maybe a song that never got the recognition it deserved because of Crazy Bitch
Uh,
making it so
no,
big?
I mean, it's more like records. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
a shame, like what happens now with records. It's basically just a promotional tool. There's no more rock radio. There's no
Hey,
more
still here a little bit.
platinum,
So we're
gold and
here.
platinum records anymore, and
Oh, there we go.
all that
Yeah.
is gone. It's just like streaming, and it's kind of. I remember somebody told me a while back. I mean, this had to been over 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. Oh, at some point, music's just going to be free. It's going to stream like water. And I was like, what? That would be terrible.
Mhm.
And because, we've worked our whole lives to craft songs to where they're, you know, good enough to be on a record, to be out there in the public, to be able to become a hit. So that's definitely what's changed, and that's not cool in my opinion. And it's
Mhm.
happening now with pop artists and hip hop artists. They're all getting pissed off about it now too. But the rock genre was the first to be affected.
But in the, I think some of the true fans, some of the true collectors, that's partly why vinyl has come back a little bit. It's never going to be to that again. I get that. Um,
Never, never.
but
And
at
they
least
got to
there's still,
change. They got to change gold and platinum status because of that. Because it just doesn't. Nothing makes sense anymore.
no, it really doesn't. But to speak on that, Buckcherry does have a new album out. And I mentioned this at the beginning of the conversation. It's called Roar
Yep.
Like Thunder. It came
Yep.
out in June. And I just got done listening to it right before this conversation again. I paged through it when it came out, but I don't know if I just had a fresh ear this time around. Maybe it's because I was getting ready to talk to you, but god damn it, I fucking loved it. Like it's a really
Yeah.
good, just rock and roll in your face. It's like a half hour long. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm good.
It's all you need. Yeah, thank you. And the last three records have been the best Buckcherry records, in my opinion. Hellbound Volume 10 and this one, and they all have the same formula for sure. But this one, we did make a concentrated effort not to have any ballads and no cover songs.
No, and there aren't. It's literally from start to finish, just kick you in your ass. Um, what's inspiring you right now? I mean, as far as these types of songs go, obviously you have the cocaine song, you have the crazy bitch song. That's what Buckcherry's known for. I get it, but you do have some beautiful songs out there too. What's inspiring Buckcherry right now? You as a lyricist, especially.
Oh, I'm inspired by all kinds of stuff. I read a lot. I read a lot of books. That really enhances my storytelling, which is what songs are. So I'm always like actively trying to learn new things, and I'm always listening to music and dissecting music and listening to melodies and how words are put together and how arrangements are. It's just once you start writing songs, it's hard not to listen to music and dissect it. That's why a lot of times I like to listen to instrumental music because I don't want to think about, song structure and melody and words and all that stuff, because I instantly go to that. And when people are just enjoying a song, I'm picking it apart, and that's what musicians do.
So I guess, are there any newer bands that you do like to listen to or respect? Or are they just,
Um, Newer what, like rock bands? I mean,
yeah, just,
I rarely listen to the rock genre unless it's
Yeah.
like classic rock or because I like more soulful rock and roll, more, rock that had more space in it, a lot of melody. And I just haven't heard that a lot and newer rock records for like over a decade. And I'm not dissing on any bands that are out there hustling or having hits and having these big careers because there are bands doing that. As far as me though, maybe it's my age. I'm 54, and that's the type of rock that I really enjoyed. So that's what I gravitate towards. But I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of pop, hip hop, old school disco and R&B, and I like all that stuff.
I'm
So
learning so much
um,
today.
yeah, like the last music I bought was I'm really obsessed with Lionel Richie and his whole career and the Commodores, and I just bought all kinds of I buy just songs that I just become obsessed with, and then I listen to them like 100 times in a row and
I
move
love
on.
that though. The to be able to go back and forth and listening to different genres of music. We pride ourselves in my house. My wife is Latin, and we'll go back and forth from listening to, classic Puerto Rican style music
Let's go.
to Slayer to the Commodores to
Yeah.
we're both huge on blues, so there's a lot of that stuff. Old Buddy Guy and Muddy Waters and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's so back, and then my daughter is 16, loves indie girl rock.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
back and forth, and I love that. It opens your ears and mind to so much different things in
Yeah,
music.
like I'm always listening to James Brown, Stevie Wonder, and Prince. Those are like
Yeah,
three of
yeah,
the mainstays. And I love Bruno Mars, and I think he's like the most talented guy in music right now. So and I like the Justins. So Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber. I just did a whole Justin playlist where I
That's
just
awesome.
took
Just
all their
Justin.
hits. Yeah, man, I love those guys. Those guys are amazing.
that's hilarious. Josh Todd
Yeah.
from Buckcherry joining us. To go back to Roar Like Thunder, I want to play the title track to that song if you don't mind. Can you give us a little, what were you thinking about during that particular song, or what the band was feeling, or what?
Yeah, Roar Like Thunder, I don't know about you, but I'm disenchanted with the human race at this point in time. So uh, it's kind
What?
of about
So
it's kind
good
of
though.
it's about the rat race and social media and everybody picking each other apart and trying to sift through all the negativity and stay clear on who you want to be and where you want to go and what you want to accomplish. And that's really it.
Roar Like Thunder, the new album from Buckcherry. Josh Todd joining us. All right, live, man. Buckcherry headlining the WAPL Christmas Bash, December 13th at Epic Event Center in Green Bay. We are doing a charity with that as well. $1 from every ticket sold is going to Babes for child abuse prevention, which is
That's
obviously something
awesome.
that's near and dear to
Yeah.
our heart. And thank you guys for coming back and doing this. The live Buckcherry experience. Because Buckcherry for WAPL for 50 years has played a certain style of music, right? And it's hard, I think, for some of our older listeners to understand that Buckcherry, Foo Fighters, I don't know, give me a couple of examples, even some of the 90s stuff, right, is kind of where we are at now, right? As far as classic rock is concerned. But I
Don't
still,
say the C word.
I know, I still think classic rock is kind of, it's BS. It's not a time frame. It's more of a genre itself. Um, I think. But for anybody who's going, Buckcherry, really? Dude, the Buckcherry live experience, man. Just sell it.
I mean, it's reckless abandon. It's raw in your face, and it is what it is. I mean, we are the last of the Mohicans. We're the last. We're of the dying breed
No.
of just a traditional rock band that goes up there and just gives it to you with no samples. I mean, we have a couple of samples and a couple songs, but no like vocal samples, and not like what
Blasphemy.
people are not what people are doing today, where there's so many bands that aren't even playing live. So we're the last of a dying breed, and they're all starting to fade away. And so that's what's wonderful about this band.
It's going to be good. And that's what we wanted for Christmas
Hmm.
this year. It's just kick ass, no frills,
Hell
rock
yeah.
and roll music. And Josh, I got to say, your voice, I saw you guys, I think 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. It was something within that last 5 years
Yeah,
anyway. Your voice still sounds great.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, Most of the time. Sometimes I have my moments.
Get the rasp.
But yeah, it's hard, it's hard transitioning into the fourth quarter of your life and still sing songs that you wrote when you were in your 20s, I mean, it's just a different thing. You have to kind of teach yourself a different way to sing. So, um, when I hit 40, I had to really change a lot of things. And I worked with a really great vocal coach, Mark Baxter, who really helped me with all that. And I found a comfort zone, and it's fun, for me, but it wasn't fun going through that transition, I got to tell you.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
It also should be noted that at this point in time, there will be no piles of cocaine backstage.
I know.
No, not like it was back in the 80s and 90s.
Man, what a fucking great drug that was. My goodness. A lot of fun.
For a brief period of time. It really had very fast. So I've heard. Josh Todd from Buckcherry. Laura, you got one more question?
Well, it kind of getting away just real quick from the music, but with the Christmas Bash, it is, you guys put on a true show. You've, in the early to mid 2000s, you did some acting. Do you ever think about getting back into that?
Oh, yeah, I did a lot at that time. And I just looked at my reel not too long ago. And I really enjoyed it. But it's harder than you think as far as getting back into it, because you have to have the time first and foremost. You have to go on a lot of auditions, which I don't enjoy that much. I like to work, but I don't like to go on auditions, and those are actually harder than the actual work, and it's really the time. I was up for, I won't mention the role, but I got a role, and then we went to the scheduling, and they were just wanting to block off all these huge amounts of time for for me to be on set for like 2 days, and I'm like, guys, I have a family, I got bills to pay, I can't just, sit around for weeks and weeks and weeks for 2 days, I mean, let's decide on the week, and they just can't do that. And I understand that. So I had to pass on it, and that was heartbreaking, and it was a good show. And so, whenever I can figure out when it can work for me, that would be great. We'll see. My daughter, my youngest daughter, is a very, very good actor, and she's really close to breaking out. But I mean, she's having to do that whole dance, and it's tough. It's really tough.
Is she in anything now, or has been in anything that we would
She
recognize?
just did like a Skechers commercial. She does a lot of commercials, and she's done a lot of modeling as well. And she's going to AMDA, which is a performing arts college, and she's going on a lot of acting auditions, but nothing's popped yet as far as that. But she's really great.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to your daughter.
Thanks.
Into you. Why not?
Yeah.
Buckcherry.
Into me.
Buckcherry. Josh Todd. We'll see them again December 13th, Epic Event Center in Green Bay for the WAPL Christmas Bash. Firehouse will open, which those guys are like local bands for us. I mean, we're happy to have them back and doing what they do. That'll be fun. And again, $1 from every ticket sold going to Babes for child abuse prevention. Josh, thank you so much for doing this, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and we look forward to it. It's gonna be fun.